What's up guys, just Messi here, welcome to a brand new video. Welcome to your daily dose of transfer gossip. Today is Tuesday, the 21st of June. We've got obviously the confirmed ones at the start, and we've got a hell of a lot of potential ones at the end, guys. So before you get any further, as always, if you can smash 1,500 likes, that'd be absolutely awesome. If you're new to my channel, click that subscribe button for daily FIFA content, and in the comments below, let me know your thoughts on today's rumours I should do in the next episode. And also, if you missed yesterday's video, that down below in that description box, guys. Alternatively, check out my channel, 8 AM transfers, 9 PM or 10 PM is the second video of the day, and there was supposed to be the upgrades video yesterday. That's now been moved to tonight because my schedule is all over the place, and obviously England were playing, so keep an eye out for that. So the very first confirmed one today is going to a new signing for Aston Villa. That is going to be Bournemouth's Tommy Elphick. We found out the other day that Di Matteo had bid for the guy from Bournemouth, and it was around £3 million. It's all been accepted, all gone through and stuff. So it's Di Matteo's very first signing, and apparently this guy was actually Bournemouth's captain, which I wasn't aware of whatsoever. So £3 million for him, and the first signing for the new Aston Villa manager. Then we go on to Guilherme Celis, or this time, I think that's his name, or Celis, actually gone to Braga in the Portuguese league from a Colombian side called Atletico Junior. The fee is £1.5 million for the Colombian CDM. Then we got to Lucas Anderson, a young Danish player this time. He was out on loan last season and now returned to Ajax, but according to the site I use, he's been moved back down to Ajax's under-21 team. That did surprise me a little bit, but it could mean that Ajax haven't actually got him in their plans whatsoever, and they may be selling him on. Then we got on to Naby Keita this time. This one's a huge fee, by the way. He joined Red Bull Leipzig, the new Bundesliga team for next season, from Red Bull Salzburg for £11.25 million. So that's quite a big fee for a 21-year-old, and a supplier that could be quite a good one for FIFA next year if he remains as a silver, because he's got some quite nice stats. I imagine we'd have an upgrade on top of that. Then we got on to Carl Henry today, signing a new contract with QPR this time until 2017. Then we got on to Keco, a Spanish right mid. That's a really good card on FIFA, by the way. He doesn't look that great on card, but honestly, he's quite a good player in game. But he went to Malaga for £3.75 million from SD Eibar. And finally, we have got Ramazan Özcan, a Austrian goalkeeper, going to Bayer Leverkusen from Ingolstadt for an undisclosed fee. And now we move on to potential deals. And like I mentioned, we've got a lot to get through today. In fact, we have 22 players to cover. So the very first one is going to be Arsenal's goalkeeper, currently at the Copa America. That is David Ospina, today linked to Besiktas, and not for the first time. And the rumour today, according to Fnatic, is saying that David Ospina's proposed move to Besiktas has now hit a snag, as the Arsenal goalkeeper wants a €3.5 million contract, but the Turkish club are only prepared to give him a €2 million contract. So they're offering him €1.5 million a year less than what his target really is. So this one may break down because of that. Whether Besiktas are moving up the contract or not, we'll have to wait and see. So he may remain as Arsenal's number 2 for next season. Then we go into Vincent Aboubakar today, linked to Everton. So this is according to the Daily Mail. They're saying that Everton have opened discussions with Porto over a £16 million move for striker Vincent Aboubakar, who they hope to partner up front with Romelu Lukaku, despite Juventus scouting the Belgian international during Euro 2016. So onto the topic of Romelu Lukaku, he may choose to stay at Everton for one more year possibly, to see how they actually progress under Ronald Koeman, but I think at this stage of his career, he probably is looking at the likes of Paris Saint-Germain, United, who else is it, Chelsea, Juventus and stuff. They're all linked to him, and they're probably quite hard to turn down. But Aboubakar in the BPL, I'm totally down for that, especially for FIFA 17, as it'd be a very cheap and overpowered striker to go to. Now we got onto Victor Wanyama, and this one, it could well be announced by the time this video is live. Victor Wanyama has undergone a medical at Tottenham ahead of his move from Southampton. It's understood that Wanyama flew in from his home native country of Kenya on Sunday for the exam and to finalise personal terms on a 4-year deal. And it says that both clubs are now officially settled on a fee of around £11 million for Wanyama to move to White Hart Lane. He has just got 1 year remaining on his contract at Southampton, and it's understood that his former club Celtic would benefit financially from a sell-on clause if the Saints recoup the full £12 million they paid for him in 2013. So in 3 years they've lost £1 million, but they have gained a very good player and stuff. So Wanyama was a very good player for them, and it's a very good signing for Tottenham. That fee, I mean, £11 million nowadays isn't too much in regards to football, so it's quite a big steal on their part. Now we got on to Loic Remy today, linked to Fenerbahce. Chelsea striker Loic Remy has a £7 million target for Turkish side Fenerbahce, according to the Mirror. The 29-year-old striker is reportedly surplus to requirements of the new manager Antonio Conte at Stamford Bridge. And it wouldn't surprise if they do cash in, because £7 million isn't actually that bad of a fee, given the fact they got him for, I can't remember how much it was, but I'm pretty sure it was a bit cheaper than that. Now we move on to Costa Pantalemon today, linked to Aston Villa. And I just really quickly checked that Remy did cost Chelsea £9 million, but back onto Costa Pantalemon then. So basically, new Aston Villa manager Roberto Di Matteo is currently in charge of all the new signings for the time being at least, because the club are still working to get a new structure in place that will include a technical director. And on top of that, Di Matteo wants to sign Watford goalkeeper Costa Pantalemon, but there may be a problem over the Romanian's wages. He'd be a great goalkeeper to bring in, especially for a championship club, because he was very good for Sunderland when they actually stayed up initially. Then he moved to Watford, and honestly, I don't think he really played since he joined in January. And now we move on to a target for West Brom. That is going to be Matty Phillips from QPR, according to Daily Telegraph. And apparently West Brom have made a £4 million bid for him. And the other bit of news regarding West Brom today is going to be this guy, James Morrison. I think his contract runs out in the end of this month, in fact. Apparently now he's on the verge of signing a new contract with the Baggies. And that right there is actually a really good silver hyperlink, because Matty Phillips, a few FIFAs ago, he was so good, but he's a very good card on FIFA, and he'll obviously get a hyperlink to this guy. Now move on to Wojciech Szczesny today, and apparently will be returning to Arsenal. He's fully expected to return to Arsenal this summer, and he spent last season on loan at Roma, but negotiations over extending that deal are not progressing very well, according to The Guardian. And if he came back, I imagine he would be sold, because honestly, like I mentioned before with Ospina probably is quite a good number 2 to have, but Szczesny, it may have to kind of force like Ospina out. I'm not too sure, but Szczesny potentially going back to Arsenal and then probably being sold on. Now we got to Daniele De Rossi today, and apparently he would consider a deal to go to New York. De Rossi has spoken his love for the city of New York and suggests a move to MLS could be his next destination and wouldn't be off the cards. He's quoted as saying that someone who lives in Rome struggles to find a place more beautiful, but the different culture and lifestyle of New York is like a magnet for me. New York could be my football destination in the future, somewhere I'd happily like to spend more time, and perhaps it fascinates me precisely because it's so different to Rome. So it doesn't mention New York City FC or New York Red Bulls, but if you did go to New York City FC, it could be like Saperlo and stuff that kind of tempt him to go there. And now we got on to Juan Paredes today, the Watford, I think it's a Watford fullback. And this is actually part of a swap deal. So it basically says a Watford defender, Juan Carlos Paredes, is reportedly the target of a potential swap deal with Trabzonspor. And the striker, this is the guy that get in return, Damon Doy, who was recently at Sunderland. And this according to the Watford Observer then, it says the reports claim the Turkish club are interested in signing the Ecuador right back and may be willing to offer Ndoye in exchange. It also mentions how the Senegalese striker did play for Sunderland last season, but only scored 1 goal in 11 appearances, and Paredes played 20 times for the Hornets last season. And now we have a little bit of news regarding Fernando Torres and his future at Atletico Madrid. So apparently today, according to Radio Marca, he's agreed a new 1-year deal to stay there. Torres returned to his boyhood club on an 18-month loan deal from AC Milan back in January 2015. The Spaniard is out of contract at Milan on June 30th. He would now prolong his stay at Atletico Madrid for a further season, with Radio Marca reporting the negotiations between the two parties have finally concluded, and it looks good, and he remained there. And as a Liverpool fan, Fernando Torres was one of my favourite ever players. Then he obviously went to Chelsea. I was like, fuck you. And I was kind of glad that he was flopping a little bit. And towards the end, I was kind of feeling a little bit sorry. He went to Milan, done quite bad there as well. And then he returned to Atletico Madrid. He struggled, but then towards the end of last season, he re-hit his form again. And it's nice to see him doing well finally for Atletico Madrid. And now we move on to Michael Keane. Apparently, I reported yesterday they bid £10 million, but today it was actually rejected. And Burnley obviously want to keep their man after getting a very nice payday. And now we go on to Laurent Blanc today, and apparently he's set to leave Paris Saint-Germain as manager. Laurent Blanc will quit Paris Saint-Germain this week, and according to a French radio station, Europe 1, his agents actually come out and spoke about it. And the quote reads that between now and the end of the week, PSG and Laurent Blanc will part company. So it looks like it's all done and dusted, and apparently his replacement at PSG will be the former Sevilla boss Unai Emery. And he was the guy that led Sevilla to 3 consecutive Europa League titles. Now we move on to Steven Lichtstein today, and apparently Man City are actually stepping up their interest in him. They have been linked for the last 2 or 3 weeks to him, but apparently now they've upped their game fully, and that's actually caused Roma to chase both Pablo Zabaleta and also Bakary Sagna, according to Manchester Evening News. So City could be getting a lot of new fullbacks this summer, because it looks like currently Sagna, Zabaleta and also Kolarov may be leaving. And now according to Daily Mirror and multiple other sources, Ryan Giggs is set to turn down the chance to work with Jose Mourinho at Manchester United in order to take up the manager's job at Nottingham Forest, and the Welshman will announce his departure this week. So that'll be his first real management job in the Championship for Notts Forest. So that's quite an interesting one for him. I imagine it could take him a little bit of time to settle in and stuff, but it'd be interesting to see how well he does. And now we move on to Louis van Gaal, today linked with AC Milan. And this is according to Gazzetta dello Sport. They're saying Louis van Gaal is in the running for the AC Milan job should the club overlook either Christian Brocchi or Marco Giampolo. Apologies if I butchered their names, but the former Manchester United boss is in the running along with Frank de Boer, also Andre Villas-Boas. So he's definitely on a short list of many managers, but he could well get it just after about a month or so after being released from Manchester United. Now we go on to Matteo Musacchio today, the Argentine centre-back linked to Atletico Madrid. So apparently Atletico have lined him up as a potential replacement for the Uruguayan centre-back Jose Maria Jimenez, who is today linked to Manchester City, according to reports from AS. Atletico are well aware that several Premier League clubs, most notably Manchester City, are interested in their 21-year-old Uruguayan international defender Jimenez. But apparently, despite the amount of clubs linked to him, Atletico are calm regarding his situation. Bear in mind, he has a €65 million buyout clause. So if Jimenez does go and his buyout clause is met, apparently Musacchio is on top of the list. They've actually inquired about his situation currently at Villarreal. And now we move on to Alvaro Morata, and this guy is in the papers all the time right now. But today, according to Gianluca Di Marzio, the trusted Italian journalist, Arsenal have joined Chelsea in the race to sign the Juventus striker Morata after their pursuit of Jamie Vardy came to an end due to Leicester City striker his reluctancy to leave. But Morata is also linked to return back to Real Madrid, so that one isn't off the cards either. So apparently, if he does go back to Real Madrid, Jesse Rodriguez could well leave the club, according to AS. And now we move on to the Slovakian international Marek Hamšik, and this guy has been fantastic to watch so far at Euro 2016. And it's surprised it's taken this long for a rumour to really pop up about him. So today, according to Tuttosport, Juventus are ready to offer €40 million to prize Hamšik away from his beloved Napoli. His current contract at Napoli lasts until 2018, but apparently, according to the club president, he's actually willing to offer him a new contract extension to stay there even longer. I think he's been there 8 years now, possibly, and he's been quoted as saying, will Hamšik stay? Everything is possible. But he did say on top of this that at the moment, probabilities are at 50%. And now we go on to the Borussia Dortmund talisman, Henrik Mkhitaryan. So today, apparently, according to Gianluca Di Marzio again, he said that Borussia Dortmund have rejected a Manchester United bid of around €25 million. They're holding it up for close to €40 million with just 1 year left in his contract, and the Bundesliga side will target Andre Schürrle as a midfielder's replacement should he leave. And if United get in fair play, they'll have one of the most creative players in the league. And finally today, we got into quite a big one that's actually got a bit of light shed in it now. That's Paul Pogba to Real Madrid. And I don't think it's a random bullshit rumour now, because there's a lot of places saying this. The first one though is Marca. So they're saying that Juventus have told the 23-year-old midfielder Paul Pogba that he can leave so long as their valuation is met. And apparently, some sites are saying that valuation is like €120 million, and Real Madrid are the more likely destination other than Man City or Manchester United. And it came out earlier today that Paul Pogba's agent has confirmed that he has begun talks with Real Madrid about a potential world record summer transfer. His agent Mino Raiola says he is in contact with 3 clubs interested in signing the midfielder and confirmed European champions Real Madrid are one of them. He told the Spanish newspaper Marca, "We're currently talking with Real Madrid, but nothing is decided as of yet, and Zinedine Zidane's wish is more important and the club's wish is more important on top of that. We are in the initial phase. It's not a negotiation, but both sides know what it wants, and we shall see if it complete a deal or if it ends in a divorce." But now it finally looks like something will happen this summer regarding Paul Pogba. Obviously it'll be after Euro 2016, but them other 2 clubs that are apparently in talks with him, I'm assuming it's Manchester United and Manchester City. So that covers all today's potential rumours and the confirmed deals, guys. So as always, if you smash 1,000 followers likes, that'd be absolutely awesome. If you're to my channel, click that subscribe button for daily FIFA content. In the comments below, let me know your thoughts on today's rumours and rumours I shoot in the next episode. And if you missed yesterday's video, that was down below in that description box, guys. 8 AM of transfers, 9 PM or 10 PM is the second video of the day. And upgrades of FIFA 17 comes out tonight, guys, 9 PM or 10 PM again. So thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you next time.